All right, next up from the Megabass Destroyer P5 lineup is their BFS rod. This one here is the Siglett. This is a 6'6" light power, extra fast, slow action rod. That's right, I said extra fast, slow action. That's at least what it says on the tag. And once I actually took it out, put line on it, we bent it, I see why. And we'll show you when we bend it over there on the chart. But this rod right here is designed for doing spinning rod techniques with a bait caster. So if you find yourself with a bait caster that's capable of casting at 4 and heaviest being 6-pound test type monofilaments or fluorocarbons, or really thin diameter braided lines, throwing trout lures for bass, or actually trout fishing like BFS was intended for, this is the rod in the P5 lineup for you. So it's, like I said, this is a 6'6" light power, extra fast, slow action. Let's go check this thing out. This one here is the Megabass P5 Destroyer Siglett. This is their BFS rod. This action is what's crazy, right? It's called extra fast, slow action. So the tip here, as you can see, is insanely soft. Let me get up here a little bit more and show you up here up top. The tip action on this rod is basically ultralight. It's like the tip of a quick tipped fishing rod, or sorry, ice fishing rod. It's insanely light power up there with an extra fast in the tip. But if you see, if I really load the rod up, let me get in the same coordinates as I do all the other rods, and I really load the rod up, it's bending all the way back to the first guide, the stripper guide, basically on the casting rod. So it is a slower or regular action rod, but that does have that crazy tip on it. I think it's a solid tip. I can't tell by reading the tag, but that's a common thing we're seeing from a lot of the JDM rods, where the tips are solid. So they're a lot more extra fast than a typical hollow tip would be on a rod. That's the way it feels anyway, but pretty interesting rod here, being this slow a taper. You'd be able to fish tiny little treble hooked baits, really little ones like those BFS baits. But because of that tip action on it, it does allow you to fish probably little teeny Ned rigs, or just a mini little single hooked bait of your choice on a really light worm on a Nico rig or something like that. It's a pretty weird feeling rod, to be honest with you. I have not, other than messing around with baits, done a lot of BFS fishing myself. So if you are a BFS fanatic, let us know in the comments what you think of this rod and the action compared to a lot of the other BFS rods out there. We'd like to hear your comments on the Megabass P5 Destroyer Siglett. All right, look at how crazy the tip is on this thing. You have to kind of keep it closer to the line, real close to the rod, to show just how extreme the tip action is on this rod. Pretty cool, unique bend to this Megabass P5 Siglett.